do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
Moi je dirais la constellation.
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry, silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows a unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Ah,
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
As I recall, the second verse was, "A silver lady shining and fine, if only her visage she would deign to unfold."
pleine lune.
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, "As above, so below." The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
You must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guided the travelers by day.
Attends, quoi?
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches
La montagne
which
qui sert de
guided the
guide aux
travelers
voyageurs.
by day.
The verse describes the... I'll stand next to that fresco.
Allez,
Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
placez-vous. Moi je vais me passer sur la tour. Ça pue, ça pue. Damn, son. Je me suis trompé.
Let's try another combination.
Guess that will never hurt.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. At night, they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Pour moi c'est constellation. Pleine lune.
Allow me.
The mine. I'll stand next to him. Let's see if we can take your place.
Count me out.
putain. Possible.
Let's try another combination.
La deuxième se dit sur la pleine lune. Je vois pas pourquoi ça pourrait être autrement. Premier verre. Sablier, ouais.
I shall take.
Ça pleine lune. Ça peut
I
être.
think it's
Allow me.
Ou alors c'est une allégorie, genre c'est le temps, la mort et
the verse. I'll stay.
oh là là.
Let's see. Take your.
Count.
Ouais, je m'attendais pas à réfléchir aussi. Moi. J'ai dit la tour. Hein. Hop. Allez.
Let's try another combination.
Damn it.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. At night,
It's.
I shall take.
Allow.
What do you say?
It describes the precipice.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines. From
The verse is not literal.
It describes.
we must read.
The verse is not literal.
The mine and I'll stand. Let's see. Take your.
Count me out.
Ah, peut-être que c'était celui-là.
intruder detected.
Oh. Bah. Oh. Un golem.
Our expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course.
Shut up.
A golem. So Darehenna's legend is true.
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
Hugh, what do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Darehenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it? Better than mine. When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Darehenna's mastery. Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Henna, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
You are far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions, within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
I have other questions. Do you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Henna. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Henna is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
Henna must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything that belonged to the master, including his privacy, which he valued highly. I can tell you nothing.
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
You're not an automaton. You're self-aware, and you think you can make decisions.
You're wrong. I am eloquent, and can discern between guests and intruders. I can also deal with the latter. But everything I say and do is limited by my restrictive program. By the way, as an automaton, I am immune to all
Aïe.
charms. Stop the intruders.
Ah non, putain. Non, je recharge. J'ai pas envie de le battre. En fait, en cliquant sur le fait que ce soit un Axi, je me suis dit, mais c'est vrai, c'est pas un humain. Je sais pas, qu'est-ce que je fais. Ah, le con. Bon, on va passer vite fait les dialogues.
A golem?
It is no cute.
Alors,
So you're a
When
and who has a your
ah ouais, hein, je...
do you remember
I am his empire.
Can I ask? I have other.
Ouais.
Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
Powerful magic created you. Henna was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the Master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
I have other questions. All right. I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adelbear. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
We know you exist by the will of your master, thanks to the name word he gave you.
That is true.
You were created to discern intruders from guests. You are to stop the former and greet the latter.
Intruders must be stopped.
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic to defend against those armed with words.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain, as is my master's will.
Since only you and the Master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the Guardian. The Master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a Guardian needs to be. Your Master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your Master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped. This is Diana's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your...
This is a contradiction. A
J'ai passé, je
paradox.
le fais exprès.
The law of excluded middle.
En gros, en fait, j'ai compris.
Penetrated Gehenna's laboratory.
On lui met un paradoxe dans la gueule
This is better
et
than I'd hoped.
il sait
A
plus quoi
great
répondre.
success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that from there.
Plus d'armée en moins de vitalité. Ouais, non.
There are notes about the city's history.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il a marqué dans ses notes? Essentiellement, les volumes, ça va. Donc, il faisait des recherches sur les Vrans.
Diana describes finding an important document.
J'ai découvert un document curieux, son contenu est crypté et le dialecte utilisé est étrange. J'ai pas beaucoup de temps à le chiffrer, j'ai reconnu le mot reptile qui est une piste prometteuse. Donc, en fait, le document porte le sceau d'un certain Covette. Je n'avais jamais entendu parler de cet individu. Attendez, je pense qu'il y a quelqu'un qui m'a parlé sur... Hop.
Can you feel that?
My medallion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
Ah, mais c'est... Oh.
The device. What is it?
You've done your job. You'll be paid and...
Paid like the scholars were? They died once they were no longer useful.
They were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
I'm not
Adalbert, you know what you're to look for.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish a connection.
Great tool for a spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about witchers?
Not about witches. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the host. And survived.
Anything else? Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
He's your foe today. But he wasn't always.
How do you know I knew Letho?
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
because I like you.
Quoi?
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived.
You're a former rider of the hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
Let's say you've satisfied...
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a witcher, whatever the way.
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report. You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adalbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your job.
Article 22 of the Code is clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
Oh. Bon, je suis désolé pour les sons de bateau-planète, je comprends pas pourquoi ça fait le bruit. Pourtant, je l'ai coupé. C'est bien de donner des coups dans un mec qui ne reçoit rien.
I didn't expect that.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
On va la défoncer comme ça. Ah.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I have a lot of work to do here.
Your fate is in your hands, sorceress.
My fate? You haven't asked a single question about me.
Yet it is all up to you. Your situation is a comfortable one. Do not squander your chance. So, wish to tell me anything?
sorceress, an advisor to the King of Temeria.
I believe we agreed you would speak only of things I do not know about.
I hope you learned something useful. Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
Ramasser ce qu'il a lâché là. W. Hop. Alors. Note de dérénatrage, j'ai finalement. Ok. Lisez-les, hein. Moi je lirai après. Hop. Alors on va passer par là. On peut pas. Bah peut-être pas que je peux pas faire ça. J'ai l'impression qu'on peut. Ah non. Bon, bah, on va faire le tour. Hein. On va aller trouver Cynthia à l'auberge. Et on va lui faire sa fête. Ah, bah voilà. Je pensais faire le tour, mais là, il le fait tout seul, donc. C'est encore mieux. Alors, l'auberge. C'est où l'auberge?
Your very existence is an insult to the gods.
Là-bas. C'est ça l'auberge.
King Radovid will learn of this.
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Pull yourself together!
Allez, là, là.
We need to talk.
Of course.
That was an interesting adventure, Cynthia.
Yes. People bond over experiences like that.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder what happened back in Bergen. Did you get your promotion?
Not yet. But His Imperial Majesty rewards dedication.
Can you discern the truth from lies?
What do you mean?
I take it the Emperor has no idea his sorceress helped a mutant kill a Nilfgaardian mage.
It was a dangerous expedition. Casualties were inevitable. He'll content himself with that.
Got time to talk? Or are you off on another dangerous mission?
Even we Nilfgaardian agents rest sometimes.
You knew what we'd find in that laboratory.
Come again?
You wanted the bacteria strains that killed the Vrans, or more precisely.
This is very dangerous knowledge.
I suspect that's exactly why the Emperor is so interested.
The North is in chaos. An epidemic is the last thing you need. And one could break out if Der Henna's book fell into the wrong hands.
Fortunately, it's now in the right hands. In Emir's civilized and manicured hands.
Precisely.
I found some of Der Henna's notes. He studied the history of the Vrans, right?
Among other things.
He makes several mentions of an epidemic.
Loch Muin conceals many more secrets than we imagined. I doubt we'll ever know all of them.
Well, if Der Henna's to be trusted, the epidemic had something to do with Ian Shay. Maybe the Vrans caught the disease from the elves.
I'm no expert on diseases, Witcher. Who knows? Perhaps Der Henna was right, and the decline of Branny civilization was much darker and more sudden than we thought.
Used the artifact yet?
I'm working on improving it. I think it'll be useful one day.
I'm finding it hard to believe
Did you come here to insult me?
No. Sorry.
What exactly do you want?
I was curious. I wanted to see which Cynthia I'd meet this time. The spy, the sorceress, maybe
Which were you hoping to meet?
the real one.
Let's assume you're speaking to her. How do you like her?
Let's say I like her quite a bit.
Compliments are clearly not your forte.
I just told you why I've come. You're gonna tell me why you invited me?
Let's say I was interested to see which Geralt would show up.
And the minstrels got it right. Women of the South are both passionate and clever.
I like to improvise.
Yeah, I noticed. Farewell, Cynthia.
Vafea.
Et on a tiré notre coup, tire la dire la la. Alors, la quête, prochaine quête c'est... Oh, hop. Je sais pas où il faut aller. Il faut aller carrément tout là-bas. Ouais. Je sais pas si on peut passer par là. J'aimerais le plus possible éviter les gardes. Il y a beaucoup de marchands ici.
Interest, John Thomas. Who is regent?
Prepare for your final lesson.
Final?
But I'll have no discussion. This will be
Ok. Ah. Les gargouilles. S'il y a des gargouilles, ça veut dire qu'il y a... Ah, il y a un coffre. Et il y a beaucoup trop de gargouilles. Putain, j'aurais dû prendre... Ah putain. Putain, la potion là. On va refaire une. On va voir deux. On va voir trois, ouais, même. Ouais. Attends que ça remonte un peu. Parce que les gargouilles, c'est vrai que c'est un peu problématique. Hein. Ah, je peux pas y aller vite et essayer de choper. Ah non, je rends les explosions. Attention, petite explosion. Deuxième petite explosion. Et